Okay people, listen up. Today we're diving into something you see every time you walk into a mall or scroll through your phone. Fast fashion. We gotta talk about fast fashion. It's everywhere, and it's changing the way we shop, dress, and even think about clothes. You know, those trendy clothes you see everywhere, the ones that disappear faster than your allowance after payday? That's fast fashion, la. It's all about getting the latest styles into stores super quickly, so you can grab them before they're gone. Unlike your grandma's baju kabaya, which was made to last a lifetime and maybe even passed down, fast fashion is all about speed and cheap prices. The clothes look good for a while, but they're not built to last. Brands pump out new designs every few weeks, sometimes even days, making sure you're always craving the latest trends. It's like a race to see who can get the newest look out the fastest. It's like a never-ending fashion buffet, but instead of food, it's clothes you probably won't wear next season. Your closet fills up, but somehow you still feel like you have nothing to wear. Remember that time you bought a top, wore it once, and then it shrunk in the wash? Or maybe the stitching came loose after just a couple of wears. Yeah, that's the quality we're talking about. Fast, cheap, and not meant to last. Fast fashion is designed to be disposable, encouraging us to keep buying more and more. It's almost like they want us to treat clothes like tissue paper, use and throw. But at what cost? This constant churn of clothing comes with a hidden price tag, one that affects our planet and its people. The waste piles up, and the factories making these clothes often have tough working conditions. But don't worry, I'm not here to make you feel bad. We're gonna break it down together and see how we can make smarter choices. There are ways to look good and do good at the same time. Let's go. Alright, let's talk about the big players in this fast fashion game. I'm talking about brands like Zara, Shein, and H&M. These guys are like the ninjas of the fashion world, always one step ahead of the trends. They've mastered the art of spotting what's hot on the streets and in your Instagram feed, then bam! They churn out similar designs at lightning speed and ridiculously low prices. It's no wonder our wallets feel lighter after a visit. Their secret weapon? Global supply chains and factories working overtime. They've got the whole process down to a science, from design to delivery in a matter of weeks. Compare that to traditional fashion houses, which take months to release new collections. While their speed is impressive from a business standpoint, it comes at a cost. And unfortunately, it's often the factory workers and our environment that pay the price. Stay tuned, because we're about to dive deep into the not-so-glamorous side of fast fashion. Behind the shiny facades of fast fashion stores lies a harsh reality for garment workers. Remember those dirt-cheap prices? Well, someone has to pay the price, and it's often the people making our clothes. Many fast fashion brands rely on factories in developing countries where labor is cheap and regulations are lax. These workers, mostly women, often toil away in unsafe conditions, earning poverty wages for long hours. Imagine working in a cramped, poorly ventilated factory, surrounded by sewing machines humming all day long. The pressure to meet deadlines is immense, and workers are often subjected to verbal and even physical abuse. These workers deserve fair wages, safe working conditions, and basic human rights. But as long as we keep demanding cheap clothes at breakneck speed, the cycle of exploitation continues. It's time to ask ourselves, is that cute top really worth someone else's suffering? Hold on to your hats, folks, because the environmental impact of fast fashion is a real downer. It's not just a minor inconvenience, it's a full-blown crisis that's affecting every corner of our planet. The clothes we wear might look harmless, but their journey from factory to closet leaves a trail of pollution and waste that's hard to ignore. From massive water consumption to mountains of textile waste, our planet is feeling the heat, literally. The fashion industry's carbon footprint is enormous, contributing to global warming and climate change. Every new trend comes at a cost, and it's our environment that pays the price. Did you know that the fashion industry is one of the biggest polluters in the world? It's true, in fact it's right up there with oil and agriculture. The factories that churn out our clothes release clouds of greenhouse gases and toxic chemicals into the air, making the problem even worse. It guzzles up precious resources like there's no tomorrow. Water, energy, and raw materials are consumed at an alarming rate, all to keep up with our demand for the latest styles. Just to give you an idea, it takes about 700 gallons of water to make one cotton shirt. That's the same amount of water one person might drink in several years. That's enough to quench your thirst for like 2.5 years. Imagine all that water being used for just a single shirt, while millions of people around the world struggle to access clean water every day. And then there's the issue of textile waste. We buy, we wear, and we toss, often after just a few uses. The result? A tidal wave of discarded clothing that our planet simply can't absorb. Every year, tons of clothes end up in landfills, where they take forever to decompose. Some fabrics can sit there for decades, releasing harmful gases and chemicals as they slowly break down. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the chemicals used in dyeing and treating fabrics often leach into the soil and waterways, contaminating our precious resources. These toxins can harm wildlife, poison drinking water, and disrupt entire ecosystems. We've got to find a better way, guys. The good news? There are solutions out there, and every small change can make a difference. Our planet can't handle this fast fashion frenzy anymore. If we keep going at this rate, the damage could be irreversible. It's time to slow down, make conscious choices, and explore sustainable alternatives. By supporting ethical brands and rethinking our shopping habits, we can help turn the tide. Don't worry, we'll get to that soon. Together we can make fashion a force for good. Let's be real, we've all fallen for the allure of fast fashion at some point. Whether it's the excitement of a new collection or the irresistible pull of a flashy window display, it's hard not to get swept up in the moment. It's the thrill of the hunt, you know, the excitement of finding a trendy piece at a bargain price. That rush you get when you spot something stylish and affordable is almost addictive, and retailers know exactly how to keep us coming back for more. And who doesn't love a good sale, right? Those big red signs and limited time offers make us feel like we're getting a deal we simply can't pass up. But here's the thing. Fast fashion thrives on our desire for instant gratification. The industry is built around the idea that we can have the latest styles right now, without waiting or saving up. It taps into our need to keep up with the latest trends, even if those trends change faster than the weather in Singapore. There's always something new, something fresh, and it feels like if we blink, we'll miss out. Social media plays a huge role in this, bombarding us with images of influencers sporting the latest looks. Every scroll brings a new outfit, a new must-have, and a new reason to shop. It's like everyone's always dressed to the nines, making us feel like we need to step up our fashion game too. The pressure to look good online can be overwhelming, and it fuels the cycle of constant shopping. This constant pressure to keep up can lead to a wear-once mentality, where we buy clothes for specific occasions, or just to take that perfect Instagram picture. Sometimes it feels like outfits are more for the camera than for real life. But once the moment is past, these clothes often end up forgotten at the back of our closets, destined for the landfill. The environmental impact is huge, with millions of tons of clothing thrown away each year, most of it barely worn. It's time to break free from this cycle of consumption and embrace a more mindful approach to fashion. We can start by asking ourselves if we really need that new piece or if we're just chasing a fleeting trend. Let's focus on quality over quantity and choose pieces that we'll love and wear for years to come. By making thoughtful choices, we can express our style, save money, and help protect the planet, all while looking great. Don't worry, folks, I'm not here to tell you to give up shopping altogether. That would be cruel and unusual punishment. But there are ways to enjoy fashion without wreaking havoc on the planet and its people. One such way is to embrace slow fashion. This movement is all about producing high-quality, timeless pieces that are made to last. They use ethical production methods, pay their workers fair wages, and minimize their environmental impact. Think of it this way. Buying one well-made, durable piece of clothing that you'll wear for years is more sustainable than buying 10 cheap, trendy items that will fall apart after a few washes. It's about investing in quality over quantity. Another option is to support local designers and brands that prioritize ethical production and sustainability. These businesses often use locally sourced materials and eco-friendly dyes, reducing their carbon footprint. By making conscious choices and supporting sustainable brands, we can shift the fashion industry towards a more ethical and environmentally friendly future. Remember, every little bit counts. Before you toss out your old clothes, hold on. There's a whole world of secondhand fashion out there just waiting to be explored. It's like a treasure hunt for unique and affordable finds, minus the guilt of contributing to the fast fashion monster. Thrift stores, vintage shops, and online platforms like Caravet and Depop are overflowing with pre-loved clothes just waiting for a new home. You can find everything from designer duds to vintage gems, all at a fraction of the original price. Not only are you saving money and reducing textile waste, but you're also giving clothes a second life. It's like recycling, but for your wardrobe. Plus, let's be real. Vintage and secondhand pieces often have way more character than anything you'll find in fast fashion stores. So, next time you're looking for a new outfit, skip the mall and head to your nearest thrift store. You might be surprised at what treasures you uncover. Look, I get it. The fast fashion problem can seem overwhelming. But don't lose hope just yet. The good news is that even small changes in our shopping habits can make a big difference. Start by asking yourself a few questions before you buy something new. Do I really need this? How often will I wear it? Is it made ethically and sustainably? If you're not completely sold, put it back on the rack. Another tip is to take care of the clothes you already own. Wash them less often, air dry them instead of using the dryer, and learn some basic mending skills to give your clothes a longer lifespan. And remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire wardrobe overnight. Start small, make gradual changes, and don't be afraid to experiment with secondhand shopping and sustainable brands. Every step in the right direction counts. The fast fashion industry has gotten away with its unethical and unsustainable practices for far too long. It's time for us, the consumers, to demand better. We have the power to change the game. Use your voice to speak up against fast fashion's harmful practices. Support organizations and initiatives that promote ethical fashion and sustainable production. And don't be afraid to call out brands that are not doing their part. Remember, every time you make a purchase, you're casting a vote for the kind of world you want to live in. By choosing ethically made, sustainable fashion, you're supporting a more just and equitable future for everyone. So let's join the fashion revolution and be the change we want to see in the world. Together, we can create a fashion industry that is both stylish and sustainable.